I grew up beside the sea. I was in the Sea Scouts and I was always liked boats. Yeah.
Just come and sail my boats. I have about half a dozen boats altogether. Bring a different one every week. Before they had motorboats, it was all sailing boats.
I come down here when I was a youngster to sail a boat, so did my son. So it's the oldest boat pond, and it's one of the oldest boat ponds in Britain, actually.
The club's about 115 years old, I think now, roughly. Started off from engineers, model engineers and yachts, and gradually moved on from there. And we're here nearly every Sunday if the weather permits sailing. You know. There's about 80 odd members, I think, in the club. 2 or 3 families in, there's 2 or 3 women, I think, and that's about it. There's not many youngsters. There's a lot more youngsters involved in the Glasgow clubs, but through here there's not so much. They tend to either go and buy a boat ready built, or go and play the computers or whatever they want to do, you know, play football or whatever. And you often get people coming down here and saying, oh, my dad used to bring me down here with a yacht, you know, donkeys years ago when I was a kid, you know.
It's easier now for anybody to get into this than it ever has been. You can get the whole lot for, you can go and buy £170, you can buy a boat ready to sail, radio gear, everything. So anybody can afford that. They can buy PlayStations.
You could buy a kit and make one if you wanted. If there's, you know, if you wanted to buy a kit of the particular boat you wanted to make. But if you wanted to build from scratch, you've got to get yourself some plans and start from there. Get some materials and start cutting out the wood and that sort of thing.
The club used to have a competition for the daftest boat, and that's why I made this one, but they stopped the competition after I made it. The competition was too much for them, I think.